Why do I Extra Life? Because honestly, it started as something fun and a good way to give back. And then last year, I became a dad for the first time, and that kind of really drove home what we're doing. Not that I wasn't, thinking, oh, let's help those kids and families in that situation. Like, it was always cool, but that just really drove it home. It made it so much more personal that it made it mean more. And now everything we're doing just feels more special because as a dad, I can't imagine being in the situation those parents are in or those kids are in. And so, we love video games. We love giving back. It's just a perfect match to be able to help them a little bit, support them in this time. And it's an honor to try and help them. So I love the organization and love that we're able to try and help them a little bit.
Why do I Extra Life? A couple years ago, my mom passed away suddenly from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And while my family and I were planning the memorial, we discovered all these charitable things that my mom did that she never got any kind of recognition for, like making blankets for the homeless and sending Easter baskets to ER staff over COVID. And it really inspired me, and I felt really proud to be her son, and I wanted to give back in a way that only I knew how to do, which was gaming. At that point, I went to a couple nerd fests, and other than just showing up, I didn't really contribute much. And ever since then, we started the mini fests, events, doing small events for nerd fests, raising money. Been doing the mini fest events, and they've been getting a little bigger and better each time. And it just feels really good to be helping kids and their families in these trying times while they're at the hospital.
Why do I Extra Life? Some years ago, a friend of a friend who was a game designer would do the 24-hour game days all by himself and raise several $1,000s for charity. And I always thought it was interesting, but it was one of those things like, I have a wife and a family and things to do, and just never, the opportunity never came up. Several years ago, being a part of an amateur video game tournament that was raising money, and my friend Sheep decided it would be a great idea if we could give that money to a charity, and the charity that we found was the best use for our resources was Extra Life. Giving back to children in hospitals, being able to provide them toys, things to keep their mind off things. And if the hospital had all those things that they needed, Extra Life was able to buy diagnostic machines. I know a couple of years ago they were able to purchase several CAT scan machines, which are like somewhere in the border of $100,000 or more, and that's huge. That's a huge thing for the hospital. That's a huge thing for the kids. And as a child myself, I spent a lot of time in the medical system with different issues that I'd been born with. So at that time, I think I was lucky if I had like an old puzzle from the early 70s to put together to take my mind off anything. So being able to give back to kids and not having someone go through what I went through, the cold, sterile walls and nothing but your thoughts, like, that's huge. If a kid can just be able to sidle off into a room for a little bit and play a video game or play with some action figures or something like that, just anything to take their mind off their situation, it promotes healing and it speeds up everything mentally and physically for kids, and that's why I give back to them.